The Waldo Riviera Show presents Vax Facts Checking Edition. Viewer discretion advised. A Jack F. Death production. Let's go, Brandon. Trump 2024. All lives matter. Stand for our flag or leave. If you enjoy your freedom, thank a veteran. Enjoy the show.
About the CDC, specifically about how over the weekend the CDC came out with new data, which showed, when you actually dig through it, it's buried a little bit in here, but it showed that out of the Omicron cases that have been detected in America thus far, 79% of them were among people who you can consider to be fully vaccinated. Let me just repeat that. Among the people here in America who have been identified to have the Omicron variant of the virus, 79% of them received at least 2 doses of the Pfizer vaccine. Here's specifically what this data showed when you break it down. 79% of the cases occurred in people who had at least 2 doses of the vaccine at least 2 weeks prior to testing positive for the Omicron variant. And then 32% of the cases of the Omicron had also received a booster shot. And then what's interesting also to note is that only 14% of the people who tested positive for Omicron had a prior COVID infection. Meaning that among the discovered Omicron cases thus far here in America, 79% of these people had at least 2 doses of the vaccine. 32% of these people had at least 3 doses of the vaccine, whereas those who had natural immunity, they seem to be rather unaffected, at least comparatively, because only 14% of them comprised the Omicron cases. Here's in fact what the CDC wrote in the summary of their data, quote, "Mutations in Omicron might increase transmissibility, confer resistance to therapeutics, or partially escape infection or vaccine-induced immunity." Now, this data from the CDC, it actually ties in quite nicely to this new study that was just released in the form of a preprint, and this released online. And this study, it found that the existing COVID vaccines, meaning that vaccines that are already out there, they induce a lower number of antibodies that can actually defend against the Omicron variant. Specifically, what the researchers in this study did was they took blood samples from people who had received 2 doses of either the AstraZeneca vaccine or the Pfizer vaccine, and then they tested their blood against the Omicron variant. And they found, and this was a quote, "a substantial fall in neutralizing antibodies with some people, and then other people having no antibodies to speak of when it comes to the new variant." Here's specifically what these researchers wrote in a part of their summary, quote, "There was a substantial fall in neutralization titers in recipients of both AstraZeneca vaccine and the Pfizer vaccine primary courses, with evidence of some recipients failing to neutralize at all. This will likely lead to increased breakthrough infections in previously infected or double vaccinated individuals, which could drive a further wave of infection, although there is currently no evidence of increased potential to cause severe disease, hospitalization, or death."